Well, lots of interesting Cowboy stuff to talk about here going into the weekend and Monday Night Football. The most recent was Amari Cooper with the cracked ribs revealed after practice. What's your take on it? How severe, and will that hold him back in any way?
You know, we've got a good feeling about Amari playing, and think that he's been out there practicing, and feel like that he'll be able to work through it. He's tough and feels good about it, and feel like we'll be able to have him for the game.
I feel like you guys are missing about 15 defensive end/edge guys. How are you feeling about that position group, and what are the odds we see a Micah Parsons repeat of how he was lined up last week?
Well, it was great to get 94 back, so that was a big addition to add to it, and feel good that Golston's going to probably get his first live action. So we feel pretty good about our group. Of course, we don't ever want to talk too much about what we got in store for number 11. Like to leave that to the other team's imagination. So we'll kind of sit on that one a little bit. But obviously, Mike has shown that he can be productive in a lot of areas. So we'll kind of see how that unfolds as we head up to game time.
Stephen, do you have some sports hate for the Philadelphia Eagles?
On the field.
I know you like Jeff Lurie. I know Jeff Lurie's a nice man and all that. Yeah. I worked with him too, like your family. But is there some sports hate for this team?
Well, there is on the field, as I said. I mean, Jeff is a great guy, he's a great owner. Respect him as a businessman, but when we go to the field, all bets are off with that entire NFC East group. I'm great friends with John Mara, great friends with Dan Snyder, but when it comes down to going against those guys on the field, I would say there's some sports hate.
If you were to take a poll of the Cowboy players, I ask this because I feel like the Cowboys are easily the most hated rival of the Giants. The Cowboys are the most hated rival of Washington. They're the most hated rival of Philadelphia. If you went to your players, do you know which team is the most, I wouldn't even say hated because I think that's a weird word, but more rival?
I think that thing moves. I think what I've seen in my 30 years is it can migrate depending on, who's got the hot hand at the time. And, the Eagles obviously had some great runs there where, they've won quite a bit. So, I feel it. I can feel it in their tone. I'm a little bit like you, Brian. I feel like there's a little more, as you said, sports hate for the Eagles right now than maybe the other two at this point. But, I've seen it against the Redskins peak. I've seen it against the Giants peak. That thing can, when you got a division like the NFC East, I just think it's there. And certainly it can ebb and flow as to which one's at the top of the list.
Yeah, Stephen, did you and Jerry on the way home toast each other with a cold Miller Lite and say, hey, we proved all those media people wrong about Terence Steele?
Well, I just think, it just shows you if you work with these men and you give them opportunities to play and get experience, and then you give them a full off season to work in the weight room. And, of course, Terence has all the intangibles that you look for. He comes from a military background. He's very disciplined. He's very into his work. He's very appreciative of any opportunities that he gets, and he's making the most of them. And, I just think it was great to see him show up and have success and have all the work that he's put into this thing over the past 12, 15 months really come in and not only pay off for him, but pay off for our team.